And hey, everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You are watching Open. Thank you for joining us. Hey, coming up on today's show, we'll speak to a fashion designer, entrepreneur, and author to spotlight her book guide on how women can age gracefully after the age of 50. Then we'll sit down with a Brooklyn based social and behavioral scientist who is transforming institutional culture through evidence based trauma informed leadership and community healing. Then finally, we'll check in with a dynamic entrepreneur, fashion editor, designer, and talk show host who will highlight how she is using her platform to engage and inspire audiences. So all you have to do is sit back, kick off your shoes, and relax your feet. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and we are wide open. Here we go. There you go. I'm your host, Dr. Bob Lee, and you are watching Open. It's that live interactive program that brings the Bronx and New York City straight to your TV sets. So stay connected to us through social media at Bronxnet TV. Leading things off, our first guest is an entrepreneur, fashion designer, and author, and she does it all. She joins us to speak about her ready-to-wear fashion collection. Watch out. You ready? Senya, New York is here, and we're going to highlight her new guidebook on aging gracefully, Timeless Beauty, a guide to cultivating radiant allure at age 50 and beyond. Yes, we're going to show you how it's all done. Please welcome to the show, Senya Paredes.
Good morning.
Paredes,
Having
how
me.
are you?
I'm great. How are you today?
Good, good, good. We're just working it out, trying to hang out with you. So you started your company how many years ago?
Since 2008.
Oh, okay.
It's been
So,
quite a while.
and what got you into it? What piqued your interest?
Well, I this was my dream since I was a child. My mom was the seamstress of my hometown in the Dominican Republic.
All right, DR.
Yes. So I grew up, by her side, learning, doing my own little things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started sketching up ideas for her customers. No
Yeah.
one taught me how to sketch, it just came naturally to me. And I decided I wanted to be a fashion designer since I was like 8 years old.
Yeah, but Senya, although it came naturally to you, there's always some like hiccups and little challenges to get you where you need to go. What are some of those challenges?
Well, coming to New York as an immigrant from immigrant parents
Uh
was
huh.
pretty tough. It took me a while to be able to enroll at FIT, my alma mater,
Uh huh.
but I did. Worked very hard, full-time job while going to school at night, and I could say I proudly
Hmm.
graduated in 2004, and went on to work in New York's Garment District for a big company.
Oh, okay. So how did you navigate through those challenges? How did you just swim your way through it, knock everything aside, and say, "Hey, this is where I want to go. This is where I want to be, and here I am."
My mom instilled in me that there was nothing impossible for me. If I set my mind to it, I got the skills, I got the knowledge. So education was very important, that there was nothing that I couldn't achieve. And my mind, my brain is programmed that way. I
Uh huh.
don't think there's nothing that I cannot achieve. So I just went for it
Uh huh.
for it. When I was at FIT, I was a single mom working full time. I still graduated summa cum laude, and
All
when
right.
when I decided to start my own company, no money, I took out my 401k, just believing in me, believing that God had put this in my heart for a reason, and I just you know I took
Yeah.
the jump.
Yeah, I like what your mom said. She told you that nothing is impossible because within that word is I'm possible.
Exactly. Exactly. And, I knocked on doors, but, it has to be backed up by your skills. You have to develop those skills. and therefore doors were open for me. I applied to the workshop at Macy's in 2010, the first one of the kind, and out of 900 companies, I was one of four winners.
Uh huh.
Went on to sell at selected Macy's stores nationwide.
Yeah.
So that all comes from believing in myself and honing those skills.
Look at that. All the way from FIT, no, all the way from DR through all those things that you went through to Macy's. Yeah.
Yes.
So how
And
did you?
in 2016, I won the big find from HSN QVC with my Senia Convigene. And I also launched on national television on HSN in 2020.
Look at that. And so how did you start your company, Senya?
Well, like I said, I was still working full time for another company, and I started on the side little by little. I would run out during lunchtime to, to the factories to get fabrics to meet
Uh-huh.
buyers, and it grew little by little. By the time I knew, I was in like 50 specialty stores, and it came to a time when I had to quit my full time job and just dedicate to my company.
Yeah, you had to take that leap of faith, right? And say, hey, I got to just put it all, let me go all in.
And I did. I mean, I took out my 401k savings to start my company.
And you put it back already. Well, you're working on it. I like you have the jeans, and what else do you carry?
We mainly focus on special occasions,
Uh-huh.
mother of the bride, mother of the groom, wedding of guest. We have cocktail. We have a little bit of
Yeah.
everything. I have a swimwear line.
What? All
Yeah,
right.
jewelry, accessories. So you could find anything and everything that you cannot find online or department stores at my flagship store.
Oh, so
We,
anybody getting married should contact you, right? They got the bridesmaids gowns and the wedding. You do the wedding dresses also?
yes, we do custom
What?
designed and made wedding
Yeah.
dresses as well.
Do you participate in any of the fashion shows, like during Fashion Week?
Oh yeah, yeah. I did New York Fashion Week. I've done it a few times. I just did it last February
Uh
with
huh.
Art Fashion.
Wow. And you offer four distinct fits to cater to different body types and shapes?
Yes, when I won the workshop at Macy's, it was exactly because I invented four four distinctive fits for the
Uh-huh.
four most predominant body types of the women. Because, women have such a hard time finding dresses that fit the right way because we all
Yeah.
have different body types. Meanwhile, clothing is made for one body type.
Yeah,
So,
that's
yeah,
true.
so,
Even for men, sometimes you go in, you try to put, and you got the European fit, and you don't have enough room to cover get to where you need, and enough room in the front. And it's like, ah,
exactly. So me as a Latin woman, curvy, I could never find things that fit me right. I
yeah,
always had to get altered. And I said, we are being underserved. We
uh,
need to a designer that understand us and can fit us.
exacto.
Exactly.
Listen, Senya, so we have to put you in a new category also, or add this to the category, inventor.
Yes. I invented my Xenia Combi Gym, which won the big find from
Uh huh.
HSN. And I also invented a convertible swimsuit that is 3 in 1 bikini, tank top, and one piece.
Yeah, and a lot of people still have trouble and a struggle to adopt like similar. They want to be exclusive and say, hey, this is what we own, this is what we have, and you bring that to Macy's, right? And I know some
Yes.
of the other stores are going to be fighting for it also. Is it exclusive to Macy's?
Well, I was at Macy's when I won the workshop, and I sold to Macy's for about 3 years.
Uh huh.
But now I'm just at specialty stores nationwide and my own Xenia New York flagship store in Ridgewood, New Jersey, and online.
All right. So there you go. And online. You think more people are buying online today than ever before?
People buy online, but there's certain things that cannot be bought online.
Because you can't
For
try it on. You can't
instance,
try it on. And then you got
can't
to
try
go
it on,
through the.
you can feel the fabric. So at my store, we offer a personalized experience,
Yeah.
and we will fit the garment to your body.
Yeah.
So that cannot be found online. Like
Yeah.
my jeans and things like that, I sell online, but my gowns are sold from the store,
Yeah. You know,
specialty stores.
although it seems faster and easier to just go online, my daughter goes nuts online. And everything comes, from all over the. I'm like, hey, wait, ho, slow down.
I have the same issue with my
I
22-year-old
know.
daughter.
I
It's
know.
like packages and packages every
Yeah.
day.
I mean, it's easier and faster, but sometimes you need to go in there into a store and look. You look around and try things on because although it's faster going online, when you try it on, it may not be that exact fit. So you got to
Yes,
send it back. So now you're taking up the time and the expense of sending it back. But if you go to the store and you see, and you can go into
absolutely.
the little dressing room and try it on, say, this one fits just right. I'll have this, that, that, and that, and you go shopping and you take your stuff home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
My philosophy is that designers that will survive,
Uh huh.
designer businesses that will survive are those that offer things that cannot be found and offered online.
Yeah. Let's talk about your new book and what you're coming up with, something called Timeless Beauty, a guide to cultivating radiant allure at 50 and beyond.
Well, I had never interacted with my
Mm-hmm.
end consumer until I opened my store here in Ridgewood. So now that's my mail guy delivering a package. Apologies. So by interacting with my customers now, I've been able to hear all of their insecurities, concerns, especially after going through menopause and going through menopause. They have a lot of insecurities. They may not feel as beautiful, and me going through that stage myself, they always ask me, "Oh, Senia, what do you do? What do you think is going to make me feel look better? What fit is better? Uh, what dresses are going to flatter me the
Mm-hmm.
most?" And I'm always giving them my own holistic rituals that I follow. And I decided to write it down so I could share them not only with my customers here at the store, but to everyone, to the whole world. And it's also more so it's a guide to how to feel self-secure and
Yeah.
building that confidence in yourself, because I feel and I think at the end it all comes from the inside. What you feel inside, you will project.
I like that. That's true. That's true. People see it. They see
Yes,
it.
yes.
So, what are some of your holistic rituals that you use, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, I start the book. The first chapter is, for instance, developing, feeding your intellect. Read, learn, because when you could have a conversation about current affairs, politics,
Yeah.
religion, when you could talk about anything, that is sexy. That is sexy. That makes you more appealing.
Yeah.
Eating right, eating healthy, exercising, putting on your night creams. Don't go to sleep with makeup, and
Ah.
how to put on your makeup, but how to
Yeah.
take care of and also how to enjoy life
Uh-huh.
after your children are gone.
Yeah.
So
Healthy eating, healthy living. Don't go
health,
to sleep with the makeup on. What happens when you go to sleep with the makeup on?
well, your skin suffers.
It
That
can't breathe right, right?
that will age you like 10 years.
Whoa. So you
Yeah.
recommend taking all of that stuff off and
Yes.
then
No matter
what
how tired you are, how lazy,
moisturizer and then go to sleep with like a cream.
like a night cream, that has anti-aging ingredients.
Yeah.
Yes,
And you offer all of that?
absolutely.
All right. You have it all. It seems like you
Yeah,
have everything under one roof. And you're
we
giving
try. We
yeah.
try.
And you're giving all of that wonderful information out there and you have and in the book you share styles and secrets and the mastery behind the Cinefit. It's in your
Yes,
fit.
my fit is my four distinctive fits that I developed
Uh-huh.
that are designed to fit and flatter the most predominant female body types.
What inspired you to pivot from physical design to sharing your blueprint in writing?
I want to give back. I want
Hmm.
to share. I mean, like, I taught at FIT as well in 2019, and it was such a gratifying experience. I taught tools of the trade for design entrepreneurs, and I just want to continue to share what I've learned throughout this journey and give it back to the community.
All right, so we got to add another title to you, Professor. You've got it all, Senor.
I'm like I have to do like when I
Yeah.
have an idea and I have something in my heart that I want
Yes.
to, I just go and do it. I have to do it.
What do you hope for your long-term legacy? What will it be, especially in the Latin community in fashion and
Well, I want the Senia brand to become a global
Uh-huh.
brand, and I also want to franchise my
Oh,
flagship
yeah.
store, which I'm actually in talks to. So
Beautiful.
I want Senia New York stores to be all over the United States and the world.
Well, we're happy to have you right here. You're part of a lot of things that's going on, and I think you're moving toward what your goal is. Thank you
Amen.
so much for joining us, and you got to come back again and share more. We like
Absolutely.
when
Thank
people
you
come
for
back again.
having. Thank you
You
for
you
having
got
me.
it.
Such a
Give us
pleasure.
your where can people reach you? Social media, website.
Social media at Senia CENIANY,
Uh huh.
and my website senianewyork.com, and my flagship store is in Ridgewood, New Jersey.
There you go. Senya Paredes. She has that guide, the author. She's an author, fashion designer, and a professor, and the inventor. We got to add the inventor to it too.
Thank you so much. It's okay.
Senya, thank you. We love you.
And we love you too.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. All right, we'll have to take a quick break, but I've got a whole lot more coming up next on Open.
We are the Eco Leaders.
We learned that everything starts with ourselves. Then we have to educate ourselves. Then we have to build community and use our imagination.
Eco Leaders, step from the future to save the past. Heal the planet and make it last. We find solutions with knowledge light. Venture forth, Eco Leaders, you're Eco Leaders.
And welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Our next guest is a Brooklyn based social and behavioral scientist whose groundbreaking Trauma to Triumph framework is revolutionizing how institutions approach leadership development. Here to highlight her personal journey to becoming a leading trauma expert is Reverend Dr. Senya Bonds. Dr. Bonds, how are you?
Hey, how are you? I'm well. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, Dr. Bonds, thank you for being here. You've been through so much, and we have a lot of people who are watching who experience a lot of the things that we experience in our communities, and some are the same things. Mental health and trauma are deeply connected. Now, you've experienced a life changing moment with the murder of your nephew in 2017, right? Did that experience shift you into this work that you're doing right now? And what did you do to support not just you, but your family also?
Definitely, I would say it definitely is at the core of what I do. It shifted me in the sense of um, I just knew that I had to do something more. I had to turn all that pain into purpose. So often we have balance in our communities and we're stuck with, in the sense of, so what now? What do we do next? Or we just continuously seeing another family crying out, saying this can't happen. And I wanted to be more than just that. I didn't want my nephew to just be a statistic. And
Yeah,
so, in doing so, that shifted me, empowered me to do something that allowed my sister to want to stay in this world because that was her only child,
yeah,
and that's what led me to getting deeper into this work because I was already doing this work since I was about at age 15. I was already a community advocate. I was already creating programs to better my community,
yeah,
but that one event shaped me in the trajectory of I wanted to do something more than just the community where I live, but also across
yeah.
in a broader spectrum.
No, I get it. And what was your initial feeling? And that was that call to action. But what did you
Under
what
10,
did you say?
WhatsApp
Hey, since I've been in this, what should I do first? What were your first steps? See, they see you on
My
TV. They're trying to call you right now.
you see, I would say my first initial steps were um, getting to the point of understanding what I was going through myself, right?
Yeah,
And so that's where my framework came out of. The rise framework came out of understanding, naming this traumatic experience happened.
yeah,
um, and it was tearing our family apart in the sense of we were all going through simultaneously having mental breakdowns, and that's when I really noticed that, okay, there is a connection between your mental wellness, the trauma that's happening in your community,
yeah,
but also the lack of resources. And so that's what put me into action and saying, okay, I have to create something that is going to be beneficial and actionable and tangible, that that's going to heal the community. And so that's what rooted the rise framework within that first step of recognizing what the traumatic experience is, putting words to what you're feeling, and then taking action.
yeah. How did you pull the family together first? Because in anything you got to take a step back and say, all right, I've been doing a little bit of this before this happened, but now that this happened, I need to step into this picture and take care of my family first, and then reach out to the community.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because again, that starts with that R, right? That starts with the first part of the framework,
Yeah,
recognizing. And I had to first recognize, like I said, with that, we were all going through it. It wasn't just a her, my sister thing. It wasn't just a my mind thing or myself. It was we were all even the kids were going through something. So what are we going to do? The first steps, we need to all get into some form of counseling. We have to deal with the root. We have to start the form of healing and identify what healing looked like for us, because we were grieving, but grief, it means so many different things, right? And in a sense of, it was a sense of, at one point I was grieving my sister even though she was still here with us.
yeah,
So
yeah,
outside of just grieving the loss of my nephew, I was also grieving the loss of my sister, because I seen when everything left out of her, that moment, my brother-in-law walked up to us in the hospital shaking his head. And I saw when my sister just dropped down and she
Oh,
let out this scream, this aching scream. I knew then it clicked for me.
yeah,
We just lost Michelle too,
yeah, yeah,
and then we just went into survival mode of like, how do we keep her here, how do we keep her with us, because my sister tried to commit suicide several times, and that was just not knowing how to deal with that grief. And so that
mm,
definitely contributed to, okay, we know that grief can take a toll on the mind, but what do we do? How do we come up with these systems? And I first had to live through that experience.
yeah,
And while I was going through those experiences, I was documenting it. I was
yeah,
documenting like what tools and what strategies were actually working for
yeah,
us at that time. And then once we started to come to, almost like coming through the darkness to the other side, I was like, you know what, I'm pretty sure there's so many other people that can benefit for this. And so I put it into a framework
yeah.
with lived experience, science-based evidence, and that's where I came up with the framework of Grieving to Heal, to help other people learn how to love themselves through their trauma.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Now, and you went on from there and you started a foundation, right?
Yes. Yes. So, and that in the midst of that, um, to give a sense of purpose for my sister, but also again not allowing my nephew to just be a statistic, a young black man who was just murdered or gunned down in the community. We started the Melquan Jatel Anderson Foundation, fighting against fighting against gun violence via education, where we're giving out scholarships, where we deliver groceries to the seniors. We do a lot of community healing
Mm-hmm.
engagement. We advocate, go to Albany to work on gun sense laws. I actually co-authored Mel's Law with my sister so that families who lose their children to violence while they're in college, they are able to get a posthumous degree so that the last certificate or the last anything that they have on paper won't just be a death certificate.
Excellent. And then you had to deal with your own personal trauma also, right?
Yes. So in 2021, I was diagnosed with a terminal lung disease called pulmonary fibrosis. And that's when your lungs are hardening, and
Yeah.
there's no reprieve for that. And so I definitely will need a double lung transplant. In going through that process, um, I can remember the day when I was diagnosed. I can remember
Hmm.
being in the doctor's office and the doctor sitting me down, and just the look on his face. I knew that the findings from the test were not, the results weren't good. And then he looked at me and he said, you know, your lungs are not going to get better, but this is a chance for you to either let this take over you, or you can decide on how you're going to live out the rest of your life. And so
Mm.
two things happened to me in that moment. One one thing for me was like, it was devastating because I felt like, oh my goodness, I just got a death sentence. But then there was also this sense of relief because for 3 years I had been going to the doctor and
Yeah.
telling the doctors that something was going on and that my body just wasn't right. And I noticed that there was some changes, but I was constantly being dismissed. I was constantly being told like, oh, maybe it's your weight, maybe it's your asthma, and there was no real testing happening.
Uh-huh.
So for me, that when he gave me that diagnosis, I knew that it wasn't everything I was feeling wasn't in my head, right? And so again, that's what led me to start speaking up about what I'm going through, speaking up about and helping other women who may be going to the doctor and feeling like they're being dismissed, who may be struggling with non-apparent illness. What does that look like to love yourself through that, but also take action? And so I work with individuals who are experiencing things like that, so
Yeah.
that they can are able to advocate for themselves.
Yeah. I know you put your boxing gloves on. You said, no, wait a minute. There has to be another way. I'm not going out
Exactly.
like this. So
Exactly. I
you're
was like,
giving
this
it
is not this. I'm not laying down for this. I'm not laying
exactly.
down for this.
I'm with you exactly. So you've turned your lived experience into your life's work, basically.
Yes. I mean, for 25 plus years, I
Uh
have
huh.
been. working in the the school district. I was an advocate. I was moving up the chain line, doing workshops, training other leaders. I was moving and shaking. I was doing all the things and doing them well, but I was slowly burning myself out from. I was burning out from the inside out. I can remember days sitting in the car, my jaw clenched tight, holding my coffee, with anxiety, like, oh, here's another day. All right. Then I'd step out the car, I put on that strong mask of I'm okay and go to work and just do all the things I'm supposed to do. But I was burning out, right? And so
Yeah.
I recognized like something has to be different. Something has to change. And again, that's where the Rise framework comes in at because I help others reset, revamp, and relaunch, right?
Oh, there you go.
Relaunch their lives so that they're living more intentionally and
Uh-huh.
with purpose. And my goal is to help people with purpose for on purpose, and so moving from awareness of self to and lived experience, combining that with a scientific framework. So what I do is more than just textbook, it's more than just research. It's the best of all three: lived experience, research, textbook. And that's why I get the results that I get, because I've lived it and I
Yeah.
get it. And I can see breakdown happening before. I can see it before it happens. And so
Yeah.
that's why I invite people to work with me so that I can help them before the breakdown happens, before the burnout happens, and so that they can begin to be the best versions of themselves.
Oh, people need you. People need you. There's a lot of trauma in our community these days. Are you on oxygen right now?
Yes, I am. I'm definitely on oxygen. Like so my because of my lung disease,
Yeah.
it has I am now oxygen dependent. I only have 34% functionability between both of my lungs. So
Uh-huh.
that's why I need a double lung transplant. It's not just one lung transplant. But in that happening, it then caused me to also have right side heart failure. So I have right side heart failure, a couple of several autoimmune
Yeah.
diseases, and all of this stemmed from
From
the
not
from
getting enough oxygen in the body.
yes.
Yeah.
And so when my organs are fighting against each other because my heart and my lungs are working overtime.
For people who are watching this right now and feel stuck in their trauma, maybe silently like you once were, where do they start? And how does your book? You got the books out there, all of that information in the book. How does that help them out?
So it helps them out in several different ways. One, it lets them know that they're definitely not alone. And that's one of
Yeah.
the key important things, knowing that you're not alone. For someone like myself, who is the only person in my family who has my condition, I definitely did feel alone. I felt alone, although I was
Yeah.
surrounded by and still is surrounded by so much love. Uh,
Well, you
they
got
don't
the
can't
love
really.
coming out of our studios right now. I tell you that.
I
The
appreciate
love
that.
is upon you from all of us here at Bronxnet
Yes, and so
Studios.
they don't understand they don't understand it completely
Yeah.
because they don't haven't lived through it, right?
Hmm.
So with my books allow people who are going through something similar to understand that that they're not alone. It's a sense of community, but also there are actionable tools and strategies. Like for one, understanding what it looks like to grieve the living, to grieve the older version of yourself while you're getting to understand what your new life look like. And so if I can give one tip, I would say one tip that's in the book and something that will be beneficial to anyone who's out there listening right now, will be understanding the sign of when you can when your loved ones is talking to you but you're like still blank. It's almost like ghost like. So like your eyes are blank, you're emotionally and mentally just feeling like you're not there. That is a
Because you're stuck
sign.
in the trauma zone.
Yeah, it's like yes, that is a
Yeah.
sign that you're stuck in this trauma zone. That is a sign that that you're grieving the living and your family is grieving the living.
Yeah.
And that fits you in that category. And that's just one main liner, right? And this is where I come in at. This is where I invite people to work with me because sometimes you may not be able to identify it, but together we can address it. Together we can identify it, and we can work through the strategy and find a strategy that works for you.
Preach on. But God.
Listen, My faith is one of the biggest, the front runner, right behind my mom, like the front runner of what has still gotten me here
Woo!
to this day. My faith. I can remember dying in my mom's kitchen, and I remember just when I'm opening my eyes, hearing them saying we got to pose, and I can hear my mom just saying, "Baby, come back to me, baby, come back to me." And I always say it's nothing like a mother's prayer and a mother's love. And because of that, I am still here. From being on the ventilator 5 years ago
Uh
to
huh.
being here with you today, Bob Lee,
Oh my
I
God.
can that this is a testament to how your faith, how community, how love really can push you through. And so that's why I want to be here. And that's why I want to be someone
There
who
you go
speaks out and
again.
someone who works with others so that they can have that sense of community. They can have that sense of love, but they can have
Doc,
tangible frameworks and tools to help them move forward.
doctor, you got me again. I can't keep wiping off these glasses and wiping my tears back. But we love you for everything that you do and continue to do, not only to help yourself and uplift yourself and your family and your in our community. We need people like you. I'm telling you, we need people like you to stand up and do the work that's needed to help others. I keep saying this, to help others get what they need out of life,
Hmm.
because it's a different story now. You know the way things are going on. I mean, we need more love and uplifting than anything else in the world right now, because there's so much hate and
Yes.
negativity out there. Everybody's doing things in that light, but God, but
Hmm.
you, but your mom. Thank you for all that you do and continue to do.
Thank you.
So where do we go from here? I'm going to put these glasses back on. Who are you most called? Who are you most called to help right now?
So I'm going to lean in when I say this, right? Because I'm very intentional about what I do.
Yeah.
I would say I am most called to help those 400 plus thousand women who have lost their job within the last year.
Mm.
Anyone who's out there living with a non-apparent or apparent terminal illness or any form of disability. Anyone who is ready, those women who are ready to reshape, revamp, and
Mm.
relaunch their life. I am called to work with you because you are not alone. There's more work to do, and your brilliance is your chance to put one foot in front of the other and become the best version of yourself. That is what the relaunch is about. That is what the recondition is about. A guide to loving yourself through the trauma so that you can be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And I invite you to do it with me.
Rev, can you just pray for everybody listening and watching right now? Pray for our community. Pray for you, your family, and our community. I'm praying with you.
Absolutely. I say, Father God, we humbly come before you today. We come before you as your
Yes,
servants, Father
Jesus.
God. We ask that you would continue to use us, Father God.
Thank you,
We ask
Father.
that you continue to allow our words to be of your
Thank you,
tongue
Father.
and our actions to be of your will, Father God. We ask that you pour more love into us and overflow us with love so that we can overflow love into our communities at a time that is needed. On the days where we feel like we don't have the strength, we ask that we continue to lean on to you so that you keep us covered, so that we can continue to do your work. It is because of you we are continuously a testament of your will, your power, and your gift, Father God. And we ask that you continue to use us. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Amen. And may God continue to give you the blessings, the favor, put a hedge of protection around you and your family and everybody in our community. We love you. Thank you for joining us, okay?
Thank you for having me.
Where can we go to find out more about what you're doing?
If you want to find out more about everything that I'm doing, you can go to rdbspeaks.com. That is my website. I am on all social media platforms as rdb underscore speaks.
The Rev is in the house, Reverend Dr. Senya Bonds. Thank you so much. And you stay up, girl, because we need you. We need you. Stay up, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so
Okay.
much for having me.
All right. We'll take a quick break right here. I've got more. It's all happening next, right here on Open. There's a new channel to explore, and it's bringing the classics back to life. During the day, relive the Bronxnet originals that sparked conversations and built community. At night, dive into the hip-hop throwbacks that defined the generation. One destination, two powerful lineups. Now playing on Optimum Channel 952, Fios 2138, and streaming at bronxnet.tv. BX Legacy, where history meets the moment.
What's up, creative family? Discover your voice with Bronxnet Community Media classes. Are you ready to bring your ideas to life? At Bronxnet, we offer television production classes for community members ages 18 and over, empowering you to share your vision with the world. Get certified in field production, in-studio production, and our new exciting addition, podcast production. Once certified, you can create your own show to air on one of our 6 TV channels. It all starts with our free Unleash Your Ideas Masterclass, designed to help you plan your show idea and set you up for success on your production journey. This class is offered at the beginning of each month for your convenience. Our dedicated Bronxnet team is here to support, encourage, and uplift you every step of the way. Join us and become a part of the creative force that engages and inspires the Bronx community and beyond. Sign up today and start your media journey with Bronxnet. Visit bronxnet.org/education to learn more and register. Let's create something amazing together.
Sent from the future to save the past, heal the planet and make it last. We find solutions with knowledge light. Venture forth, echo leaders unite. Echo leaders, echo leaders.
And welcome back. Our next guest is a Florida native. She is an award-winning entrepreneur, actress, model, brand ambassador, fashion designer, author, motivational speaker, and an affiliate of Oasis Montage magazine. She is here to highlight insightful conversations and expert guidance from her TV podcast platform. Give a warm welcome to the CEO and host of The Anna Lindsay Show. Anna, welcome.
Thank you so much. It is an honor to be with Dr. Lee.
Oh, man. Nice to see you. Now, you do all you're in Florida right now?
I'm actually here in Houston, Texas. This is where my studio is. I'm born in Florida. My roots are in Columbia, Missouri. So, yes, I'm
Well,
here in Houston.
you travel. My son's out there with you in Houston.
How is he?
Yeah. With,
What does he do?
Well, they work for BP, British Petroleum Oil, so they travel from Angola, Indonesia, to the States, and now they're here in the States for, I guess, another 5 years until they do another contract every so and so forth. I don't want to give all this information. Let's talk about you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's good to see you. Talk about yourself. How did you get into the things that you're into right now?
Well, I come from a community there in Columbia, Missouri that put their arms around the youth. They gave us a platform where talent shows and different fashion shows and so on, they were there. You have those, the village mentality,
Yeah.
the community village.
I
So
love
I
the
was blessed
community.
to,
Takes a village to
yeah,
raise. Yeah.
I was blessed to come from a community as such, and my grandfather is a civil rights activist there in our community.
All
So
right.
community and giving back, that it was instilled in me, and so here I am using those gifts. I believe
Yeah.
strongly in my faith that God gives us gifts,
Are you
and
working through that foundation that I love, the Bullion Foundation?
I no, sir. What is that about?
The Bullion Foundation with Sandra DaCosta. Oh
Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Miss Sandra, we love her, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Now that you mentioned, I think she may have mentioned it, but I'm going to have to talk to her about it.
yes, yes. So you've worn many hats. Um,
Yes.
can you reflect on your career journey a bit and tell us how you've navigated the challenges that came along with being an entrepreneur?
Well, as a single mother, those that in itself, balancing life,
Uh huh.
right? Um,
Oh, that's a tough one.
Yes, having like I said, a call. You feel like now I know that it's a call, but
Yeah.
just really wanting to give back to what has been given to me, taking a moment to really do some self-reflecting, put me on my journey.
Hmm.
It's really, and oh my goodness, I am so into personal development and growth. And once I got on that journey, it just opened up who I am first, because I believe you had to really know who you are,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and then that will enlighten
Mm.
your path. And with that, I just been on that path, which has been um, e- encouraging the youth. I started what is I call is the AML workshop. I
Uh
came
huh.
through Barbizon
All right.
modeling there in St. Louis, so I
Yeah.
am a proud alumni of Barbizon there in St. Louis. It's
Wow. Yes.
doing ambassador work.
Uh huh.
There you have there my some of my I see some of
Uh huh.
my as far as the TV network that I have. I started the Anna Lindsay show,
Uh huh.
which I am just totally just elated about being able to. It's a lifestyle show. Being able
Yeah.
to bring guests on as you do as well. You know how much we get out of this, right?
Yeah. Now, when you first started, you with John Blassingame and the crew. When you,
Yes.
yeah, when you first started, did you take a deep breath right now? You said, "Wow, I started a show. How does it feel to start the show that you started, the Anna Lindsay show, with your name
Yes,
on it,
sir.
and it's out front, bam, and you're bringing all these fantastic guests on, talking about all the wonderful things that they do, and what they
Yes.
contribute."
Again, going back, I've always uh, felt the need to inspire, and again, the journey of growth, bringing the Anna Lindsay show, bringing guests on to hear
Yeah.
stories, and when in doing that and hearing their
Uh huh.
stories, it's like a no-brainer.
Uh huh.
I just want to be the listener and turn into being able to have a platform for people to be able to share and have a voice to what they're doing in life.
Yeah. What's I of course you've interviewed many people, but what stands out in your mind? Give me one person, because you can say, "Hey, I got a bunch of people that I've interviewed over time, and but this person right here came on and said something interesting that I learned from, and the community learned from, and it was a wonderful uh,
Mhm.
time hearing and listening to that person share that information."
Oh gosh, again, you like you said, there's so many.
I
I
know, I
just
know.
interviewed Mr. Bob Sumner's with one of the co-creators of Def Jam comedy, and we're praying for him
Uh,
at this moment.
yes.
But he had just gave me some advice to always be true to myself, and I really appreciate him for
Yeah.
giving me that advice. I can think of another. His name is Christopher Haynes. He's from my hometown. I grew up with them, and he had shared his journey
Uh
of
huh.
addiction with drugs.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
watching him as a youth just spiral and him turn his life around and now uses his life and his journey, that really has been profound. It always stays in my mind, and really appreciate the journey. Man, I tell you.
Yeah, and then you know the other things that you do. You're still into real estate, right? And if
Yeah,
you're in Texas, there's so much to sell out there. So you're into real estate and you're into wealth building, right? Talk about
correct.
those aspects of your career and what you do.
I tell you, I real estate is. I started there again in my hometown of Columbia,
Uh
Missouri.
huh.
And I started. I pretty much started teaching myself. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I really got into the research of it. Um, Started building
Mm,
my portfolio, and now I have an investment firm with apartments and single homes. And with that, you learn real estate is a wealth building
yeah.
into
Yeah.
itself. So I was able to again just acquire, continue to learn, put myself in the different
Uh,
educational spots to
mm.
grow with that. So yeah,
And
it's
if you
that.
have an investment firm, that's like the
Mhm.
basis of it all. I need to get this money to do this
Yes.
and
So
this.
a lot of moving parts with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is a lot of moving parts there with it. I come from humble beginnings. So it's just real estate is something that is long term
Uh huh.
for wealth building. You're not going to get rich quick for wealth building, true wealth building. So, and as you know, you have different portfolios that
Yeah.
you set up with it, or and desires and goals with it.
Well,
So
it takes a little time, but how do you make people feel comfortable? Because this is a large investment for a lot of people, especially first-time homeowners or first-time investors and maybe single-family homes or whatever they're getting into. Um, they don't know all of those movable parts that you know. So it's like, what do I do? Where do we go from here? What would you tell them?
what I would say is, in in everything, things evolve, but have a vision for what you're wanting out of real estate. For some, it is multiple homes or properties. Uh, know what you're wanting again
Mm,
out of what you're wanting to to attain through the real estate. Your credit score, attaining, making sure that you're learning about money in itself,
yeah,
being a good steward of money, learning about money as a foundation. Budget, it really does come down to the very basics of maintaining and knowing how to manage even a home budget.
yeah,
You got to start there. You got to know how that works,
exactly.
and be a good steward of that. Um, get around the different education, educate yourself and get around people who are actually doing it.
Hmm.
Again, I started with the terminologies, getting in there, the terminologies, creating a banking relationship. And again, that goes back. I mean, your simple home budget or your business budget,
Yeah,
creating a good banking relationship.
yeah.
Again, that goes into money and wealth building, getting a understanding of it. I acquired my first property,
Uh huh.
cash flowed it. Fortunately, was able to cash flow my first property.
Look at you.
And I know, right?
I'm coming to borrow some money from you.
uh,
Oh, that's
cash
right. You
flow.
have the financing thing going on, right? You said
Yes,
yeah, where people can borrow
that's
money from, or you can. I forgot what you said. It was a financing thing that you started.
it's an investor. I'm an investor. So basically, what I do is I invest in my own brand, my own
Uh
business.
huh.
So I buy properties and I put them into my own business, which is the ALR real estate
All right.
investment.
All right.
So I'm building wealth, investing back
Uh
into
huh.
my own business. So my properties are within my own company.
There you go. And you put it inside of a circle, a big trust.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go.
Absolutely. And continue and have been building throughout, I mean, over 15 years
Yeah.
now. Yeah,
Well,
out in that.
Anna, like we said before, you wear many hats. What's next for you? Do you have any speaking engagements or upcoming projects that we should know about?
I do. I had an opportunity to get into some acting within the last
Oh, all right.
years. So I have joined with Oasis Mataj magazine, or excuse me, Oasis Mataj Theater Production,
Uh-huh.
who has a magazine as well. Uh, the basis of it, the playwright is her name is Carolyn Jones, and the basis of what she writes, it's human trafficking along with domestic
Oh,
violence.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a message. So we basically come together, we travel, and we put on a production. And I've been able to work through different roles
Uh-huh.
in that environment, along with some other TV and plays in other arenas. But yes, I've been Sasha Fierce lately. Sasha
Yeah.
Fierce is undercover cop,
Yes.
undercover investigator, bringing a palace down. So we're going to be in Newark, New Jersey, May the 23rd.
Uh-huh.
They're at the museum. They're in Newark, and then back into Atlanta at the Atrium coming up
Uh-huh.
as well.
You're doing a lot. I can tell you, you know what? They may see you and hear you and see the whole thing, and somebody may pull you in and say, nah, drop all that stuff. We want you to become this actress that we need. Would you do it?
But believe it or not, Dr. Lee, I was the shyest young girl. My
Uh,
mom would tell you she had to shake my crib to get me to talk. So it's really, it's really
I,
something I made in this lane because
uh-huh.
that's where I mean, I'm just so ecstatic about growth and giving yourself opportunity and opening yourself
Yeah,
up
yeah.
to the abilities of you. So yeah, it's led me to, you know, opening up and being who I am today. So
Yeah, I can understand that. I was a shy guy too, but
where are you?
I was growing up, but then something happened. I just snapped out of it. Especially
Hmm.
when I knew I
Hmm.
had to do what I had to do. You just tackle
Yeah,
your fears. But you know, you do this and you have a family too. You have the youngsters and you have your grandchildren. I just saw a couple
do.
of them earlier before we came on. Are they still
Yeah,
around?
they are. They're
Tell
being
them to
great.
come
They was
into the picture for a hot second.
you can come back. They love this.
Yeah.
Guys can come
And this
back. This
is
is Ken, and this is Dominic.
the
My
first time on
God,
TV.
absolutely not. Landon,
They
they're
seem
both
like they've been there before. Let's jump on this TV set.
they love it. They're both actors. Actually, Dominic is a model with Barbizon. He's
Uh-huh.
the end of May. I'm trying to get our schedules
Okay.
together. The end of May, he is going before a group
Oh, good, good.
for
God,
auditions and so on. So yes,
God bless
everybody in
them.
family tracks.
All right, they're giving me a hard rap. Give me your social media where people can find you and follow you and do all those good things.
Yes, it is the Anna Lindsay Show everywhere, or my name, Anna Lindsay.
Well, Anna, nice meeting you. Nice talking to you. And you come back again, okay?
Thank you so much.
They're going to wrap me up. No. Funny how time flies when you're having fun, right? Thank you so much,
Thank
Anna.
you.
You got it. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. We want to thank you, our guests, for joining us, you, our viewers, for tuning in and checking it all out. Keep following us on social media at Bronxnet TV. You may join us next week for a new episode of Open. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. I'll catch you another day, another way. I love you all, and I'll see you over 107.5 WBLS of the Dr. Bob Lee. I love you all. Peace.